68 Santa Maria, 68 San Luis Obispo, 75 in Paso Robles right now, 80 in Shandon, 92 California Valley, and South Coast temperatures in the 70s, mid-60s for us in Lompoc, 61 right now in Cambria. All right, let's take a look at the temperature changes here. The interior warmed. That wasn't hard. Yesterday was a big setback, but at the coast, not a lot of change, even though we ultimately cleaned out the skies a little bit and saw a little more sunshine in the afternoon. It was still a long go to get there. The winds are onshore in North County. The breeze is blowing. It's starting to pull the temperatures down. This looks very, very similar to what we saw yesterday. 805 webcams out at the beach. And again, what I was saying in first weather, you can always kind of tell what the actual temperature is, despite what the beautiful camera shows us here at 805 webcams. If the temperatures are warmer, people just head out. They just do. It's a great way to check what's going on. Okay, satellite picture. This is the actual visible satellite since this morning. You can see how much cloud cover there was in the south coast. And again, we cleaned out the skies here. You saw a little bit of offshore push here, but the marine clouds do linger just off the coast. This is interesting too. There's just a little bit of a low pressure system right in here. You can see the push right in there, and also this little draw here. So there's a weak upper low sitting over the area. Again, it's enough to keep the marine layer in play. Water temperatures are in the mid-50s, so when the winds are onshore, that gives us a lot of cooling. Now, what's interesting is we still have conditional instability at higher elevations. So if you add a little energy here, a little heat into the cold air aloft, you can fire off some thunderstorms, and we're seeing that in the central Sierra this afternoon. Elsewhere, again, check out here West Texas, not much going on, and then all of a sudden things start to get going. More on that in a second. So the Barron weather model here, as we look at what's happening, you can see not much going on here until we get into tomorrow morning. So the marine layer is going to be out there kind of disorganized. But as we get into later Saturday, early Sunday, the marine layer looks like it's going to be a fairly significant player in coastal areas. So the weekend temperatures might be up and down near the coast. But I do think the general trend is going to be for some warming, as we ought to see high pressure try to build back in here. Again, that upper low feature is a very, very weak feature here in the forecast. Other than that, pretty garden variety weather here. So we go up a little bit into the weekend. We go down a little bit getting into next week. And again, I just want to show you what happens out here in West Texas. It's pretty quiet. Then all of a sudden, you heat things up, daytime heat, and get these tornado watch boxes out here for the area. And temperatures near the triple digits, so plenty of energy to work with. Nothing like that for us. Upper 60s and low 70s here, with Paso Robles closer to 90 tomorrow, 72 for us in Santa Barbara, with overnight lows right around the 50s. 50s with daytime highs in the 60s up along the north coast. Avila might be closer to 70 degrees for Saturday. Pismo Beach 62, 67 AG, 91 in California Valley. South Coast, not too bad. Temperatures near 70 for us on the South Coast, near 80 degrees in Solvang and Santa Ynez, 93 in Cuyama. There's the extended forecast. You can see those temperatures peaking near the mid-90s Monday and Tuesday in the interior, then backing off as we get into late next week. San Luis Obispo closer to 80 early next week, with the weekend being in the 70s. Santa Maria and Santa Barbara, upper 60s and low 70s for your weekend.